No.
It'd be dudes like falling over face first in the
Come
water,
for mommy.
Yeah, and
not being able to turn over. Like turtle and slowly
That's where
drowning.
they had squires who'd like pick your ass up to give you your. It was like a war caddy.
And it's like you get nicked by a sword and die 3 days later, gangrene. Like,
It's so funny to see that. It's like the best footage of all time.
okay, I did mean to ask you because I remember this was maybe a month ago. I was listening to one of the Uncle Hack podcast episodes.
Nice.
And you were talking about buc-ees in the States.
I hate it.
And I forget what I wanted to ask about that. But I've always heard that buc-ees is like the greatest place on earth.
Don't kid yourself.
I've never
It's,
been, but I've been like hoping one day that I could go to the States, I could visit the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid
Yeah.
and buc-ees
And
Buc-ees-
Ground Zero.
and Ground Zero.
Oh, nice. 3 locations worth
three.
visiting. Dude, Buc-ees is insane.
Because it's like a Walmart that's a gas station, right?
Yeah,
Is that-
it's fucking nuts. They got seasonal merch for their fucking mascot.
Damn.
Yeah, then like half of the store, there's 3 entrances to
Yeah.
a fucking
Holy.
3, dude.
And it's
I
a
mean,
gas
this sounds-
station.
It's a
I think
gas
it was
station.
like you were describing. I was like, that sounds great.
It does until you're in there, and then you see the people it attracts. Then it
Oh.
ruins it. It's like Disneyland. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
In Disneyland, your head is like it's magic and all this, and you
Yeah.
get there and it's just white trash.
It's fat
And-
white
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, and
Yelling.
like people are going there for dinner, man. And I'm not making this up. Like
Jesus.
people lined up,
Oh my god.
and there is a island in the middle, and again cut in half. One half is just fudge, and the other half is brisket.
I mean,
Holy.
the thing is, you're saying that, and I'm like, wow.
I know.
All
Maybe-
in one place?
I think I was probably just in an irritated mindset when I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like, yes.
I mean, I will say, like, if it's full of people who are kind of like our like Walmart people,
yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
I can see that being off-putting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that happens all the time where you get like charged up to do something like fucking mini golf,
Yeah.
and then you go and you see the other guys doing it, and you're like, oh my god, am I this?
Yeah,
You know?
it's-
Oh no.
It's nowhere near like the experience of it is like great. Like you see like
Because like brisket and fudge, like,
100
sounds all
gas
right.
pumps, dude.
It's like, a
100
mega gas station.
Yes.
Damn.
And they're everywhere throughout Texas.
Damn.
because I'd seen people like posting about it and being like, Buc-ees is the best.
Yeah. Maybe
it's
I
a-
was just being like an asshole to like
Yeah.
Well, it's
go against it.
It's
and
like fair though.
I mean,
yeah.
if it's full of like slow walking,
It is. It's fat Americans.
Yeah.
fat
Fat
cells,
white trash Americans.
Yeah.
that can make something.
It's
And,
like-
and
bad.
hood rat black people.
Mm.
Nice.
and then you like it's a just a fucking melting pot of America's worst.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Have you been to the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid?
No.
Where is
Uh,
that? Is that Texas too?
I think it might be in like Tennessee, maybe. You're familiar with the pyramid.
Yeah.
the holy
It's cool.
the holy site.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Guys like us go there and they touch the wall like the wall in Israel. We touch the Bass Pro Shop pyramid. We think that's
Yeah.
like our cube in Mecca, you know?
Yeah, dumpy white guy milling around the Bass Pro Shop pyramid, charging up, paying our respect. So big.
It's beautiful.
That's actually where
Shrine.
when,
Jeff Gordon.
when Barron establishes his Imperium.
Yeah,
That'll be his base.
the base of operations for
Yeah.
the Barron
When
Imperium.
When they put the White House back into the swamp, he'll move the capital to
Bass Pro Shop.
Knoxville or wherever the fuck
That's
that place is.
That's the logical capital of America. The Bass Pro Shop pyramid.
Somewhere in the South.
Yeah. Well, and just a pyramid that's also like a store.
Yeah.
You know,
where you
like
can buy guns.
yeah, yeah. Like that's the White House is like kind of a gay like old hat tradition. Like New America is not a place that deserves a White House.
No.
You know what I mean?
Maybe a white in the house.
Like New America is just not a place that needs like an old colonial building.
I
You guys
saw-
need a store that's also a great obelisk. That's also the base of operations for the president.
It
you know?
also serves brisket and fudge.
yeah.
At noon every day, they release an eagle.
and shoot it down.
They kill it.
Skeet shoot an eagle.
They got to bring that back. Like, you ever watch like medieval or like fantasy movie, The King's Hunt? The idea of like the whole 60 guys will accompany the king out into the woods to like do all the hunting for him, and then he goes out with like a spear and just kills the animal, and then is like, I got it. We got to bring that
yeah.
back. Taking the king out for a hunt.
Yeah.
Justin Trudeau would probably start crying if he disembowel a feral hog.
Like we should take Trudeau out and like with like his whole cabinet, and they have to catch like a black bear. And then prep it for him to kill it, you know?
Yeah, then he has to do the Freddy got fingered thing. Crawls inside it.
But I think
wears it around for a week.
You think he sees the black bear and is just like all of a sudden reunited, and it's like, oh wow, if I wear that as a hat, it's almost the whole
it's close.
thing. I'm getting there.
What's the story with him? Like, I feel like I heard it on somewhere. Like this whole story about Pickton, like living right next door to him.
What?
Okay,
And
rumor
like their
has
theory
it.
that Pickton like was like our Epstein Island.
Yeah,
What?
Is there any juice to that?
What?
Yeah. I know what you're about
Whoa.
to ask is like Trudeau's involvement with Piggy Palace. So they
Whoa.
had you never heard of this before?
No.
So like out at that farm, they had an after hours club called Piggy's Palace, and like
Okay.
Pickton's mom is like involved in provincial politics.
Oh.
Somehow, I don't know the whole backing behind that, but she's involved somehow. And then his brother is like a wealthy businessman, and this
Whoa.
one is like like, oh, we shouldn't have gave him that extra shot. He's got something going on there.
Yeah.
Like
Better give him a bunch of land and leave him alone for a long time.
Yeah.
Let's just put him in the pig farm. But then this became like a popular after hours place out in Port Coquitlam.
Because I'd heard they do like raves and shit there or whatever.
Yeah, and it's rumored now. There's like 0 photographs that have really come out of this place. Like all the evidence has been destroyed or gathered, and then they're like actively trying to destroy it. But rumor has it that Trudeau lived close to that area and would frequent those parties quite often.
Whoa.
Yeah, so they're like,
ooh.
and there's like proof. Like a lot of guys are like linking this. There's a lot of fishy shit going on with that right now.
I didn't know that this is the closest we have. This is CNN.
Canadian and on?
Yeah. I didn't know we had this.
Yeah, man. Like it's nuts. Because like, there's like involvement with the RCMP. They figure that a lot of these prostitutes that went missing, well, the RCMP assisted with it on bringing them out there and be like, get rid of this one. A little bit of trouble.
Which they fucking have admitted to doing.
Yes.
Like what did they do to like Native people? They would take them out and just
Starlight
like
tours.
Starlight tour. They've done that. Like that was a thing they would do.
Yes.
So that's not like that out of the realm of possibility.
It's not far-fetched.
No, that's not like
I've
a
heard
crazy.
Trudeau lived like a mile away from the Piggy Palace.
It's rumored that he was out there, and now like
wasn't he? That was where he was a teacher, where he was fucking high school girls and getting them to sign NDAs.
Girls.
Couple of
Come on now.
What was that boy's name?
Yeah. Come on now, big guy. Girls. That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Oh, that's all like pretty plausible because RCMP is like famous for being like pretty shifty.
Yeah, pretty shitty.
Yeah.
Pretty shitty.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But then there's more to it because actually one of the head detectives on it was speaking with CBC and said like, yeah, it's led to believe for a long time that he never acted alone. And like now with, I think I honestly truly believe, and then this is my crazy side coming out.
Yeah.
Like,
This is the place to let it out.
Oh, yeah. dude.
Jonboy's Patreon.
So
Yeah.
no protection.
Yeah.
Get the orb. Charge the orb. I'm gonna need it.
Do you need to hold the orb?
Yeah.
If you're
There you go.
about to drop some real heavy
there we
truth,
go.
hold the orb.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when this started happening to us, like with the Pickton T-shirt and everything,
Yeah.
I think that this is a bit of a targeted attack.
Okay.
Is because for quite some time, this is the best that they can throw at us. All the allegations and shit like that is like, oh, these guys are racist and they're Pickton sympathizers, which is not
Crazy.
true.
Yeah.
One bit.
Yeah.
The shirt, I guess you can take it how you want. Is it offensive and edgy? Yeah.
I mean,
Sure.
it seems to me it's the type of thing that like the joke is in what bad taste it is.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you see it and you're like, holy fuck.
100%.
Yeah.
And it's not a direct like or it's not trying to disrespect the people that passed.
Yeah.
Sam's reasoning of creating that, and he stated many times, is like these people deserve to be remembered and it should be talked about.
Yeah.
And he did his job, quite honestly.
It got talked about. Yeah.
National press with it.
More than since it happened, probably.
Yeah, man. Well, there was a publication ban during the trial of Robert Pickton, so they couldn't even release any information to Canada about what was going on.
Yeah.
So while the trial was happening, American reporters were coming up, reporting on it, and taking it back to America and releasing the information there, out in Seattle. So, then now here's where I think that we have some involvement on. I think it backfired on them. I think their attack on us backfired on them. They didn't think it all the way through,
right?
Because then it was like, oh, we're gonna push it off on these guys, and make everybody hate them and keep coming at them and coming after them, and then we can kind of slough this off again. Because Pickton's up for day parole. You know, it's a way to talk.
Yeah.
It's a way. It's a way for them to talk about it in the media again, while creating a new enemy out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And with that, then became like more people became curious about the Pickton trial, the Pickton case, and all these crime podcasts started looking into it. They started asking questions. More TikTok creators are talking about it, and this garnered like fucking a mass amount of attention. And meanwhile this is happening, Pickton was talking about releasing a book, and he's gonna fucking put some name. He had names. He was dropping names,
and now he's dead.
And now all of a sudden,
now he's dead.
He killed himself in jail.
Right before an inmate got him.
Right.
Well, I get what you're saying, like the old Epstein thing.
Yeah,
Sorry, I didn't mean to step on your
all
joke,
good.
brother. I'm trying to get too serious.
They probably signed him up with the same guy who took out Epstein, that big New York maniac gorilla cop.
Muscular steroid.
I got it. Who's next?
Yeah. But the crazy thing is, he's already wrote a book. He wrote a book.
So it's there.
It's out there, and he sold the rights to it to a guy in California. That guy released it on Amazon, and immediately, within a day, Amazon took it down.
Whoa!
So there is some copies of that book out there. It's just the fact of the matter of getting your hands on it, and good luck. I don't know how many copies are out there.
Damn, but the text is there.
Yeah, he had it all wrote out again.
Wow!
And he was going to release this again.
Damn.
So, while this was all taking place, I don't think he would have got day parole. I don't think so.
No, probably not.
That's
not
such
with that,
a wild case. But, and they've been trying to shovel this down for a long time. The RCMP is like, hey, we think we're going to destroy some evidence pertaining to this case. And everybody's like, no, what the fuck are you doing?
Why the fuck
like, we're talking like over 1,300 pieces of evidence they wanted to get rid of.
Holy shit.
Like, no.
No, yeah.
There's a lot still to be uncovered with this.
Ah, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I'm glad you grabbed the orb. That's orb discourse.
I think that I shouldn't say we. I think Sam had a lot to do with it, by creating national attention around this case.
Yeah, because I hadn't heard shit about Pickton in like 15 years.
Yeah. Damn.
And the day parole thing, that got a little bit. People were kind of talking about it. And then the T-shirt. Yeah. It's like, whoa.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, this is CNN.
It is, dude.
That's deep stuff. I mean, like, and the allegation that the RCMP is like a shifty organization is not a stretch in the slightest.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not even close. Like, friend of the show, very mysterious local guy named MasonicMadness.com who writes graffiti on dumpsters around town.
Hell yeah.
We visited his website. Very good stuff. Very, very tremendous website. Very great stuff.
It was kind of impressive. He totally called COVID like a month before.
Yeah, he predicted.
Like when it was just news in China, he was like, "This is how it's gonna go down,"
and it was exact, like 1-to-1, exactly how it played out in Canada. So he's like a mystic. You think we're wizardly? This dude is mystic as shit.
All his
orb master.
He might be in the orb right now.
But then he had all these posts like, "The RCMP is after me."
What do they call them? Like a Masonic hit group or something? Like, he basically looks at them like they're like enforcer goons for like a greater like Masonic organization that runs Canada. Which is like not that crazy to think.
Isn't it insane now to think like most of this stuff that they talk about is not even like
it's it's pretty common knowledge that like even with like QAnon stuff, it like the base of it is true, and then they like it was like an intentional like flooding of misinfo to make it look ridiculous. That's like kind of how they do it all the time. Is like, well, we can't destroy this info being out there, but I could just add so much like other ridiculous shit that no one takes it seriously.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what they did with QAnon and like the Pizzagate shit, which like was mostly true, and then they were like they filled it with all sorts of like other.
Wasn't the shooter attached to the CIA, or like he had other
which one
charges?
Which guy?
Yeah.
Most of them are.
Yeah.
Most of them, it like comes out that they were either on the CIA's like radar or had been in contact with a federal agent.
Yeah.
I saw some
Well,
stat.
there's been a couple times where like they've where prospective shooters haven't quite worked, but they were getting groomed by the FBI
to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like who was I think it was Dylan Roof. I think he was like in contact with a like employee of the FBI before he did it.
Shooter was that?
The church shooter.
Oh,
was his name Dylan Roof?
Well, there was a shooter named Dylan Roof.
Was that the church
He
shooter?
did it like a black church.
Yeah, I think he was in contact with like a federal agent prior to doing it.
And there were a couple Muslim guys they went after too.
Yeah.
There was some guy who was like a pizza delivery driver, and
Mhm.
they pretended to be like a bunch of different people.
Yeah.
And some like girl who was like, "I love you, but you have to do jihad."
Yeah, and it like yeah.
Or there was the Draw Muhammad guy.
The, like
literally
Charlie
had
Hebdo?
his agent in the parking lot. No, it was in the States. I think he ended up getting shot by the attendees.
Mm.
But it was like a Draw Muhammad thing in like the southern United States somewhere.
Mhm.
And this guy went to shoot it up, and I think he ended up getting owned.
Mm.
But his agent was like in the parking lot.
God damn.
Like,
Yeah, it's not like that big of a stretch to assume your law enforcement agencies are like enforcer goons for whoever like is really, you know what I mean? Like that makes total sense. Just the like psychic torture they inflict on everybody all the time.
Phew. Yeah, even on the general public. Man.
Yeah.
The general public can't even fucking handle most of the shit that they're thrown. You know?
No, it's like it totally like it's like demoralizing and like but the fact that like the like the laws around driving are like such a slippery slope to being like a full criminal.
Mm-hmm.
Within 2 missed payments, you can have a warrant.
Yeah.
And it's like for doing nothing, for driving a car you bought and failing to like register it.
Yeah, man.
To pay the like registration fee, it's like 2 fuck ups away from like you have a warrant and you could do jail time.
Yeah, dude.
Which is like psychotic. Like if that's not like psychic torture, I don't know what is. You know what I mean?
Well, you're in like in a constant anxious state, and I
Yeah.
find myself in that most times too, where I'm like, "Oh fuck, did I pay that bill?" And I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, relax. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
What are they gonna do?
Yeah. No one.
I'm going to fucking jail anyway.
well, here's my credit score. Shit.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I'm 2 years away from a bill being passed and me going and fucking kicking it with the homies.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'll go full Derek Vineyard. And
Yeah.
like start playing basketball for the court against a certain minority group. Have a sick crossover.
Yeah, it's like they
Hitting
did
threes from the logo.
the logo in prison, remand center logo on the court. But yeah, it's like there's that like constant state of anxiety where like you have like and like the like passive anxiety of like driving, not knowing where like cameras are.
Yeah, man.
And like the speed traps constantly, and it's like this.
Total surveillance state that we live in.
Well, and it's like
Sometimes
that.
you see a flash, and he's like, "Oh, speeding."
Yeah.
This guy had a total meltdown when they first implemented it.